Yokoso! Welcome back to Benkyou Corner! This is the M3 grammar series, the rest of which you can find by clicking on this kitty. She says, please study all the M3 grammars and put me down, I hate it! Today's grammar point is tsumori. So the first book meaning was an expression that shows the speaker's schedule and plan, and the second book meaning was expresses something assumed or thought that is different from reality. Those are ways that you can use it, and then the dictionary said it is an intention or conviction of a speaker or a person with whom the speaker can empathize about his future or past actions or current state. The English literal translation, it depends on the context, of course, but some ways you can translate it are intend to, be convinced that, believe, feel sure that. When you're using it to mean as a plan, you can say be going to. Related terms are hazu and to omo. Tsumori is a dependent noun and must be preceded by a modifier. The subject of a statement containing tsumori must be the first person or someone with whom the speaker empathizes. In a question, however, the subject must be the second person or someone with whom the hearer empathizes with. An example to illustrate that, when it's a statement, 友達は食べるつもりだ。私は食べるつもりだ。And then the question, 山田さんは食べるつもりですか？あなたは食べるつもりですか？ Tsumorida can be negated in two ways. The verb or adjective in front of tsumori can be negated, or tsumori can be negated as tsumori wa nai or tsumori de wa nai. The difference between these two negative versions is the second one implies stronger negation than the first. Tsumorida should not be confused with hazu, which means expectation rather than conviction. Tsumorida is comparable but not identical to yo to omo. Firstly, yo to omo can replace tsumorida only when a verb precedes tsumorida. Like here, 私は来年結婚するつもりだ. I intend to get married next year. In this instance, it would be appropriate to say 私は来年結婚しようと思う. Secondly, yo to omo indicates more of a spur of the moment decision, while tsumorida indicates a more stable conviction and intention. Thus, if you're shown a car by a car salesman, この車はよさそうなので買おうと思いますがいくらですか? This car looks nice, so I think I will buy it, but how much is it? In that situation, it would be very awkward to use tsumori. So you wouldn't want to say この車はよさそうなので買うつもりですがいくらですか? Because using tsumori is showing your conviction of something. So if you're not even sure if you're going to buy it and you're asking about the price and you're just making that decision, you would not use tsumori. So you can sort of see the difference. Tsumori is really used when you are of the solid conviction and belief of that thing. I also came upon, when reading about Japanese, there. This book, first of all, is amazing. I really recommend it. If you know most Japanese grammar, but you just want really fine-tuning on how to use it, I really wish that this book was like this fat. But he touches upon like a lot of stuff. Couple notes. The use of tsumori after perfective verbs means something more like belief or mindset. He translates things kind of weird, but it really makes it make sense. Like his example here, he has yoku yonda tsumori desu. I'm convinced that I read it carefully. I am of the tsumori that I read it carefully. It kind of gives you a better sense of like, oh, that's how you use it. And then he goes on to say that someone less convinced of how well they read it would maybe say, yoku yonda tsumori deshita. I was convinced I had read it carefully. Basic sense of tsumori can be considered really like a state of mind just free of doubt. But you can add a little bit of doubt, for example, by putting deshita after tsumori in that situation, because now you're saying your tsumori is past tense. More grammar points in a ta tsumori construction. One is often defending one's convictions in the face of evidence to the contrary. An example to illustrate that point is もうやっちゃったつもりだけど I assume I already did it all, but implying, am I wrong? You're basically defending your conviction that you did it all. Another really cool point about tsumori, I'm a pretty silly gal and I like to make jokes and stuff, and one of my biggest challenges with Japanese and really any foreign language is humor is difficult. I was really excited when I read this about tsumori. Verbatim, he says, given the right situation, tsumori can be a source of ironic or self-deprecating humor. A lively lady brought some homemade sweet bean pastries, manju, to a party at my house early tonight and was asked by a wry gentleman, manju desu ka? Are those manju? He obviously knew what they were, but was gently kidding her about their slightly unorthodox appearance. Without batting an eyelash, she answered, manju no tsumori desu kedo. Well, in my humble opinion there, manju. She got a good laugh, and you can too next time someone asks you something that is fairly obvious. Another example he put was, America no kata desu ka? Are you an American? You can reply sassily, America-jin no tsumori desu kedo. Well, I was the last time I looked. I thought that was really nifty. Okay, thoroughly explained. I would say I'm gonna put the formation down below. On to some examples. Yasumi ni wa nani o suru tsumori desu ka? What do you intend to do during the vacation? So that's a meaning where it means intention. Tsugi! Boku wa daigaku ni iku tsumori wa nai. I have no intention of going to college. Save your fucking money! Make experience is more important, oh my god! Tsugi! あんな人にはもう会わないつもりです. I do not intend to see that kind of person. And see is more so like meet with, see on a regular basis. 次! 私はまだ元気なつもりだ. I'm convinced that I'm still healthy. So that's an example where tsumori is more conviction and less intention. 次! 話したつもりでしたが話さなかったんですね. I thought I talked to you, but I didn't, did I? Here's an example with the ta form tsumori, being convinced that you did something in the face of opposition that you did that thing. I don't know how you could think you talked to someone unless you got real hammered. And when you tried to bring it up later, they're like, what? We never talked about that. And you're like, 話したつもりでしたが話さなかったんですね。すいません。次、それで勉強しているつもりですか? Is that how you're intending to study? 次、11時の列車に乗るつもりです. I plan on taking the 11 a.m. train. 次、あなたの感情を傷つけるつもりではなかったのです. It wasn't my intention to hurt your feelings. 次、父はまだ若いつもりだ. My father is convinced that he is still young. So this is another example where tsumori is used for conviction. You'll see it mostly used for conviction after adjectives, plain past verbs, noun no tsumori, and it means intention after plain verbs. 次、これはお礼のつもりだ. This is a token of my appreciation. Literally, this is my intention of appreciation. Last one! あなたは夏休みをどこで過ごすつもりですか? Where are you going to spend the summer holidays? もちろん日本です! Oh my god, so fun! Alright, if you want to check out more of my grammar videos, click here. And if you want to subscribe to my channel to get updates when I upload more grammar videos and other silly Japanese related vlogs, click here to subscribe! Subscribe! More Japanese grammar videos! 勉強してください! 頑張りましょうね! Thanks for watching! ありがとうございました! 勉強してください。バイバイ。